This video is not an endorsement of violence, nor is it intended to promote hatred toward foreigners. It is an attempt to discuss a question that many South Africans are asking and to examine the policies and perspectives of South African leaders regarding illegal immigration. If you are crossing a river, if you have to walk and risk your life in order for you to enter a certain country, what benefits are you bringing to that country? Because you may end up competing for jobs, housing, and public services that are already in short supply. And I think this is what makes South Africans angry. But their government labels them as xenophobic for bringing that up. That includes the foreigners and the leaders of other African countries.
I'm crossing illegal because there's no border here. I don't know. I'm not afraid to say this.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say this. I'm crossing illegal here because there's no immigration or whoever.
But let's listen to our previous president and a former leader of a right-wing party that was very popular in those times. Since they are the ones who paved the way for mass migration through their policies and leniency towards the people who come to South Africa.
No amount of frustration or anger can ever justify the attacks on foreign nationals and the looting of their shops. We condemn the violence in the strongest possible terms.
I understand the frustrations being felt by the people of South Africa, especially young people who are unemployed, who struggle to access opportunities to improve their lives.
But we should continue inviting every African national to South Africa in order for them to come and share the basic resources with the average South African.
Jobs are scarce. Our economy continues to exclude millions of South Africans. But to focus this anger and frustration on a small group of foreign nationals who have become unfairly vilified and victimized does not address the cause of that frustration.
You just admitted that the South African economy is stagnant. Then why are they allowing all these people to enter by their thousands? The point that I'm trying to make is this. If employment opportunities are created within a country, those opportunities should first be made available to people of that country. Foreign workers may be necessary where critical skills are lacking, but for ordinary jobs, preference should be given to local citizens.
Issue. In 1969, Ghana did the same thing about Nigerians in Ghana and said, we don't want these undocumented nationals, and they attacked them, people ran away. Nigeria retaliated 10 years later, 1979 and 1981, and drove away the Ghanaians, and he said it solved nothing.
South Africa is not Ghana, and what Ghana implemented back in those days in the 1970s might have not worked for them. It might work for South Africa because the countries are different. They're not the same. And you look at the United States, it was falling because everyone was going to the United States. They were competing with the average American, competing with the working class also. But through Trump's policies, the southern border is closed. Less reports on rapes, less reports on murder, crime is down, all just by closing the border. No country can support people from all nations. No country can support the entire world. Even the United States proved that to be true. The United States has the biggest economy. It proved that to be true. Who are we as South Africans with an economy that's less than $1 trillion?
And our experience on the continent says these things that we did in Ghana, these things we did in Nigeria, which you are repeating here, didn't solve anything. They drive us against this unity which we need.
True unity between countries should be based on cooperation, trade, economic development, and mutual respect. Not on the idea that national borders and immigration laws no longer matter. But guys, please tell me what you think in the comments.